Hey everybody, welcome to the Rural Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Dana Larson. This week we're taking you to Boaz, Alabama to talk with the girls of the BoxTruck Boutique. From starting with their own individual businesses of shirts, clothes, jewelry, and home goods, they eventually combined to form the BoxTruck Boutique. Their business has taken off and they've never looked back. I'm so excited to have them share their story today. Today we're coming at you from the BoxTruck Boutique in Boaz, Alabama. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Stacy McDowell.
I'm Brooke Ashley.
Rachel Knowles.
Casey Hildebrand.
Thank you guys for being on the podcast. We've been really looking forward to this. So
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah. Well, you guys have created quite a sensation that is now known as the BoxTruck Boutique, but you all kind of started out with your own entrepreneurial adventures, and it all sort of eventually came together to form this. So maybe let's start there and have you tell us about what you each did individually and then what led you to coming to the BoxTruck Boutique.
Okay, well, we started out, everybody had their own little interests and their own little hobbies that they did, and we actually ended up all having booths at a certain place. And then what we ended up doing, Rachel and I shared a booth, and I did t-shirts, and Rachel did clothes, and then Brooke did jewelry, and then Casey does home goods. But we really didn't talk about merging or anything else. Brooke is my neighbor, and we just kind of all did our own thing. And Rachel talked me into
Peer pressure.
I cannot say no to Rachel. And so she talked me into doing one of our local
It's the Harvest Festival.
that we do in Boaz. It's kind of a little hometown thing, food vendors, and it's actually pretty neat. A lot of crafters and stuff like that. And I was very, I don't know, what would you say, reluctant to do it. And it was rainy, and I wasn't happy about it. But I took my T-shirts, and she had some clothes, and then it just blew up after that. It was crazy.
Life-changing. I changed her life.
She changed my life for the better.
I taught her son at that time. And so we actually went to high school together, but she was a few years older than me. Mm-hmm. Make that 4 years older than me.
Yeah. And so I was too cool to hang out with somebody as young as Rachel. But our sisters were friends. So yes. We knew each other all of our lives.
Mm-hmm. And we cheered together. Well, you were varsity. I was junior high. So we always knew each other. And so I had her son first, several years ago. I also taught Brooke's son. And then I had your youngest. And that is when, I was actually doing a consignment sale, also teaching, but I was doing a consignment sale. It's called the Trendy Closet. It was just an upscale consignment sale. So I was really wanting to promote it at the Harvest Festival. And I had, some of the clothes that I was already selling, just boutique clothing. And so that's when I was like, oh, her shirts, because she was teaching, you were 6th grade at that time?
In middle school.
Middle school. And she had started making really cute T-shirts, Boaz football T-shirts, and I bought one. And so everybody at our school loved it, and so I thought, oh, that would be great. That'll get people in to, check out our booth, and just forced her into it.
She forced me into it.
Yeah, aren't you
I
glad I
dug
did?
my heels in. I did not want to do it.
She was
honest.
like, it's raining, nobody's going to be there.
Yeah, I was pretty bitter about it. But we had a great time. And, of course, it was just like, we'd known each other all our lives, but it was like we'd been friends all of our lives. And it clicked. And so we kind of did our own thing. And then I kept telling her, I was like, I'm going to find us a box truck. We're going to do this. I've always kind of wanted to do a mobile store. I wanted a camper, but I can't pull a camper or a trailer. So I was like, I'll find us a truck. I can drive a truck. And I found us a truck. And it was really funny. Actually, her niece yesterday was telling a funny story about that. She said, hey, jump in the car with me. We're going to Stacy's house and to see a truck. And she was like, I didn't even know who Stacy was at the time.
Yeah, we pulled up and she was like, oh, it's a box truck. No kidding. They went, where did you go?
Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Bought this box truck. And within 2 days, hardwood floor, the ceiling had the lights and the metal. That's what they do. Yeah. Stacy and her husband. And your
kinda
dad,
like robots,
if they say they're going to do something, it's done like within 24 hours. So I pull up and she's like halfway finished with this truck. And my niece was like, well, you didn't tell me it was a mobile store. And I said, well, I didn't realize that it was already set up.
And that started it. And it was funny because we got a little, we couldn't set up at Boaz. There was an ordinance at that point about trucks and mobile stores and food trucks and stuff, so they wouldn't let us set up in this area. So Rachel lives right over the line in our neighboring county, and we would actually drive the truck to her house and set up in her house, which, like, you would think it's not like a neighborhood. It's like out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, like fields, cows around, dead end, little red barns.
Little red barn.
Yeah, we would set the truck up in the driveway. And we would post on Facebook. At that time, we had, from my consignment sale, I already had a pretty big following from doing the trendy closet sale. And so we would post on there, BoxTruck Boutique will be set up at my house from 2 to 4 Sunday afternoon. And, like, carloads would come. I mean, there would be 20, 30 cars lined down the road, all the way down to the dirt road, like it was a dirt road at the end. And people would get out and we'd have our little calculators and we would cut tags. And I mean, it was bizarre. And like people would comment on the page, where are you going to be today? Because we would like honestly set up, there was like a little car dealership that would let us use our parking lot. We have a little, our local restaurant, the Lion's Den. They had a little parking lot and they're our good friends. Shout out to the Lion's Den. They let us, they would let us set up. Yeah, the pawn shop. Sam Mountain Pond. Look at us promoting our friends.
But they were great to us. Like the people, they wanted us to set up. So we were like, we got this. It was fun.
And it would be, I mean, our friends would come and shop, but it would be people that we didn't know that, would live.
Or people would stop by the pawn shop. Can you imagine?
So that's how it started originally. And that's at first it was just me and Stacy. And then you can tell about Brooke being your neighbor.
Well, Brooke is my neighbor, and she started posting her jewelry. She hand makes jewelry. And she started posting it online, and I was hooked. You can ask. That's my only addiction besides Diet Mountain Dew. But I love her jewelry. And so I started buying her jewelry. Like, I would comment on stuff. And then it was just natural because we didn't do jewelry. Like, I did T-shirts and some clothes. She did clothes. And so we were like, we need this jewelry. And so we ended up with Brooke. And when Brooke and Casey knew each other, and then tell about how that came on.
I just have a love for vintage jewelry. I like to find old things and make new jewelry. And so my jewelry, I would say, is very unique. And so I was just small making, for craft shows and things like that. And so I would post online and sell at work and things like that. And so when they asked me, I was like, I need to get busy because I was following the box truck and I was going to Rachel's house and I was buying clothes at the pawn shop. So I thought, I need to get busy. So I did. I made up a lot of jewelry and I set it up and I sold it very quickly. And so I realized, that this is something. And I got very busy. I love making jewelry, and
she fell in love with us.
I fell in love with these girls.
We were easy to love.
I fell in love with these girls. So we started there, and then Casey and I go to church together, and she and I had done a local show together, and so we all got together, and we needed home decor, and so we just all got together, and it worked out well.
Tell us about your pillows and stuff.
Well, I started with Bible journaling, actually. I just fell in love with that, and from there, people started asking me, hey, can you paint this for my house, or can you do that? Can you recreate that for my wall? So I just kind of started doing little jobs here and there for people, and got my own booth, and Brooke had asked me to do a local show. And so I had a lot of world globes that I was doing calligraphy on, and I just started from there, and it just really, it turned into pillows and globes and signs and just a little bit of everything. So once I started with the girls at the boutique, it took a little while. Once we finally got into the Big Bertha, as we like to call the store. So once we got into Big Bertha, I kind of felt like I needed to join the fashion side of things too. So I started selling shoes, and so I do home decor and shoes.
And her globes are like the sought after thing. She hand draws, hand calligraphy. They're beautiful. So.
Light fixtures. I turn the
we nickname
globes into
everything.
lights.
Oh yeah, we've got to go back and refer to the nugget. That's where when we as we were talking about earlier, we would set up the truck in random places in my house, but we eventually people would a lot of times have to wait in line to get in the truck, and it kind of became a nuisance because it would be 110 degrees and hot Alabama weather. So we realized that we had to have some sort of storefront. So we found a little house that we named the Nugget.
And actually, the funny story there too is we were kind of set up illegally at a beauty shop behind the beauty shop.
Yeah.
Well, we found it. Remember, we went there was a beauty shop. I wouldn't say illegally, but
yeah, we didn't realize at that time that we weren't allowed to set up within city limits. But while we were set up, we were doing that just a little.
We were doing a home party at a beauty shop.
Yes.
And we found the Nugget. It's a little 2-room house.
A little
thing.
miniature house.
Yeah.
It was adorable. Yeah. They had used it for their massage area and permanent eyeliner, and they decided that they were going to rent it out. So we were like, oh, we can fit in there. There'll be plenty of room. We'll have the truck. We'll have the Nugget house. And so we spent a lot of time redecorating this house. It was really the cutest thing ever. I wish you could see
Floor
the
to
pictures.
ceiling maxed out.
Yeah, packed. And so people would come and shop it, and we would also have the truck open, and the same thing
It might have
happened.
been as big as this room. And we thought, this is it. This is perfect for us. And then we just oozed out of it.
3 months later.
3 months later. I mean, we immediately realized that this was not,
it was just too small.
It was fabulous. Some good memories there, though.
We moved into that right after y'all's second Harvest Festival together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that was very
And then
short-lived.
by December, we were here.
We were here, yes. And we had, when we came in, we were like, oh, there's so much room. And, this is just a house that was...
We're never going to fill this.
Yeah. And this is a great size house. It was originally a preschool that was remodeled. It was a house that was remodeled into a preschool. So, it was spread out. Tons of rooms, plenty of area, plenty of storage, because we do pre-orders. So we have a pre-order room downstairs and a shipping room. And we've really kind of outgrown this building too, but
her name's Big Bertha. The truck's name is Betty White because she's white and big, and we just love Betty White and she's funny. And then this is Big Bertha because she's so big, and then the other little 2-room house, we called it the Nugget. It was a house nugget, so we called it a Nugget. So.
Yeah, we have to name everything.
We name everything.
That makes it really fun.
Yeah.
So at some point, you guys started leveraging social media, like you said, posting on Facebook about where the truck was going to be, and you started selling things online. Tell us how you incorporated that into your business, or was it actually where you started?
Well, a little of both. I had as I said earlier, the Trendy Closet Consignment Sale Facebook page. And so we actually just transitioned that page to the BoxTruck page since we had a large following. We had contests to have members added, and so now we're sitting around 47,000 members to our group page, which we're very excited about. If you're not a member, you can go join now.
And it's awesome. Go do it.
But what we started out doing is we would post, these are, new items that we have in. If you would like for us to, hold you one, comment below your, what size and color you want. And so we did the pre-orders. We really did that for about a year, where we would have the pre-orders and people would either have it shipped or they would come pick it up at our, at our location. And that worked really well for a while because it wouldn't be just a huge amount of pre-orders, but over, the last year, it has grown to where, we may post something and there, be hundreds of comments, and it was hard for us to keep up because we would miss the comments, or maybe somebody would comment and they wouldn't pick up, so we would have too much of one item. So we recently started using comments sold, and that has really, changed the way that we do business. It's been a life-changing thing for us. Do you want to tell about comments sold?
Well, we met a comment sold rep. Shout out to Leslie. We met them, and she was telling us about it. We had tried other things, and it just wasn't really what we needed. And then once we got hooked up with comment sold, it was back in January that we really seriously started thinking about it, and then we started it. And we realized that this is exactly what we needed to be able to put as much time as we could in the store and not the actual filling the orders and things like that. It kind of did it for us, and it organized everything in one spot. And organization is not mine and Rachel's strong point.
That would be Brooks.
That would be Brooks. She's our planner. So we were like, hey, this is perfect for us. And it has really been a game changer for us as far as keeping organized and things like that. So
because the pre-orders are important because, when the people order, they come to the store to pick it up. So it just increases, customers coming in and out of the store. So pre-orders is one thing that, we will always, try to do, because if you just have the storefront, you don't have the the flow traffic as much as when people are coming in and picking up the pre-orders, because they'll grab 2 or 3 things while they're here. So it's very beneficial to us.
Awesome. Well, how do you choose your inventory?
Funny question.
Well, I think this is probably one of our most unique. One of the most unique things about us is because we're all so different. I mean, like, totally different. But it's funny because Rachel and I seem like the same person sometimes, but we're really totally different, even though we're totally alike in some other ways. But we order the clothes for the adults, for women, and we order off the same sites. We go to the same markets. She never asks me what I'm ordering. I never ask her what she's ordering. And maybe 3 times in the whole time we've been doing it that we've ordered the same thing. It's our tastes are that much different.
And are you guys the one who shared the same prom dress?
Yes.
That's a funny story. Let me tell that story.
Yes, please do.
It's really funny. One night, it was late one night. It was probably after midnight, and we keep a BoxTruck Babe group text going at all times, all day long. I mean, it's crazy. But Stacy had texted a picture, and she was like, "Look, y'all, here's a picture of my prom dress. Was it your senior
It
prom?"
was from Pinterest.
It was on Pinterest.
Yeah.
It was a prom dress from Pinterest. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wore this to the prom. I don't even remember. It was junior. I think it was junior prom.
And I was like, "No, I thought she was joking." I said, "No, it's not. That's the dress that I wore to my 8th grade coronation dance." And she was like, "No, it's my prom dress." And so we were giggling about it, and I just kind of thought she was kidding. And then we realized it really was the same dress. I went and found a picture, and I sent them a picture of me in this dress. And I called my mom, and I was like, "Mom, where did you get this dress for me?" She was like, "Oh, I bought it from Stacy's mom." So we really had shared this dress and had no clue. And we could not stop laughing that night because, I mean, that was how many years ago? Over 20.
Yeah. It
Always had similar taste.
it wasn't a fashionable dress.
Oh, yeah, it was red. It had the puffy sleeves.
Yeah.
I had the red
Dyed shoes. Yeah.
yes, and I wore the white hose with mine. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I just wanted
It
to
was
be
fabulous.
her.
And big hair. Yeah.
Big curly hair. But it was so funny because we never knew this. I mean, it just. And
So I tell her now she wanted to be me, even back then.
I've always looked up to her.
Well, it's like I love how you all complement each other and you each have your own roles and responsibilities. But how did you navigate that? Because all of a sudden you've got 4 of you and your styles are maybe not you two, but I mean, your styles are different and you each have different strengths. So how have you navigated that and kind of figured out here's what we're good at? Because what I see now is like you guys have this figured out and you each have your own role, you each have your own contribution. But I'm sure that took some work to get to this point.
I think it's to start out as a friendship. It's like in any friendship, any relationship is you each realize what your role is, and it just fell into place. I wouldn't say
I don't feel like it was hard at all.
No, there was no
really
delegation or.
It's really like we're sisters now.
Yeah.
I mean, we treat each other like sisters.
Yes.
I mean, we can say whatever we want. If it offends us, we're over it in a few minutes. We may, and then we're over it in 2 seconds, and we laugh at each other. Because Stacy's the mom. Like,
mom.
she makes sure that, everything is the way it's supposed to be, that, we don't get in trouble.
Yeah. I try to be the voice of reason, but not always.
She really is. I'm the PR. They laugh at me because I'm the one that's always posting everything on Facebook and making sure everything is, up to date and,
That phone
blasted.
is permanently attached to
Yeah,
her
I'm like,
hand.
It really
constantly.
is.
It's bad.
It's always.
bad. I'll put it down for vacation, though, this
Most
year.
of the time, they just try to keep me out of trouble. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to put a muzzle on Casey
All the
because she's the baby and she can tend to be a brat. She calls herself a brat. I'm not calling her one.
I'm an only child, so that fits.
And then Brooke is the organized, the planner, the voice of reason to be like, this is how it needs to be done, and follow the rules.
I step on the brakes.
She steps on the brakes. That's a great way to put it.
I'm like, whoa, girls, hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's think this through.
And to live with us, bless their hearts. Like me and Rachel are the type. Even though I say I'm the voice of reason, like it's like let's have a sale tomorrow, and we bite off way more than we can chew.
Way too often.
And she's the peer pressure that just I can't say no to. And I'm like,
It's so crazy though.
And I'm in the
because-
background saying, "What are you doing?"
Are y'all having a sale? What are you thinking?
But it always works out. It never fails to work
It
out.
does.
though.
It does.
Yeah, y'all question me a lot. And
lot.
I'm like, just listen.
But
It
she's
does, it
exhausting.
And we don't let her drive the box truck.
I busted out a tire one time in that truck.
And she ran over the steps.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Mama hit a curve though. I saw it.
I did. I'm usually the good responsible driver, but
Yeah, I would much rather ride in it with Stacy than put me behind the wheel.
So in your previous lives before the BoxTruck Boutique, I know that you were a teacher, but talk about what you guys did and kind of how you made that transition into this business, which I think for a lot of you was totally opposite of what you were doing.
Well, Stacy and I were both teachers for several years. I taught 17 years, and Stacy taught 11 because she had other occupations. You know,
I've had several previous lives.
She's a chameleon. She likes to change from time to time. But it was really hard to, step away from education, especially, with, retirement after 25 years, and you just, you have a hard time deciding, were you going to, not continue to teach and work towards retirement. But this was just something that we had to keep doing because it just had grown so much that we could not teach and do this full time. Because when it was part time last year, because this is really our first year to do this full time, and teaching, we were staying up all night. It wasn't fair to our students. It wasn't fair to our families, and so we just had to do a lot of praying, a lot of time to talk with our families about what was best for them. And so we just, we both decided. I mean, it was like we woke up one morning and we were like, okay, we've got to make the decision. What are we going to do? And we decided go full speed box truck because it was just more beneficial for our families and for ourselves. And it's fine. I mean, who gets to shop for a living? I mean, that's,
And we say that all the time.
I know, we're like, this is our job. We'll be at market on a Friday and we're like, oh my goodness, this is our job.
Yeah.
It was a great decision, One day we may go back to education. We're going to keep up our certificates, but right now this is just the step that we are going to go in, and it was a hard one. Lots of praying. Now Brooke is still she has a real job.
I still work full time. I manage a multi-physician medical clinic here in town. Very busy medical practice, so I work there more than 40 hours per week, and I stay very busy there, so I have to do this part-time at night and on the weekends, and so it keeps me very busy. I've got 2 teenage children, and so I'm very busy. I love my job, and I love this job, so I've got to find a way to make it work right now. I've got one going to college, so I've got to find a way to do both. So I enjoy my box truck family, and I love the store, so.
And even though it's a lot of work, I guess having the camaraderie of us all doing it together makes it so much easier. And we've had people tell us that too.
Having each other is what makes it so special, because there's a lot of times and a lot of months that maybe you don't do what you think you should, or there's things that come up and you think, oh, it would be so much easier, just to have my job over there, or, but the friendship and these girls, it makes it so fun to come to work here. So
It's hard to call work.
it's hard to call it work. It really is. We work hard, and it's a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't actually see that we do, but it's great. We love it.
Yeah.
I'm sort of a transplant, so I don't really know as many people as, say, the teachers of the bunch do. They pretty much know everybody.
Rachel's
So-
taught everybody.
She has
in
taught
this area. That's our ongoing
every
joke.
child that comes through the door. She's taught them in 4th
Or
grade.
customer. She's been teaching
Yeah,
so
I've
long.
told
Yes.
everybody. I have.
Yes. I used to teach gymnastics, so I was still kind of a teacher role, but just in a neighboring city. So I don't really know as many people, and I'm not really as well known as everybody else is in our group. So, I kind of stay behind the scenes and quiet a little bit more. maybe than the rest of them. But it's been fun coming into Boaz and learning everybody. It's funny now. I go out to eat in Boaz, and I see everybody I know now. I didn't used to, but I do now. So that's been fun for to gain from the store.
And that one thing with us teaching, that's one thing that has really benefited the BoxTruck, because we have so much local support. I mean, the teachers and the parents and the students, I mean, they are very supportive of us, and we can't thank everyone enough for that, because it's just, when you know a lot of people through education, it really, it makes it, fun to see everybody. And you still get to see your students, and you get to see the parents, and we really enjoy that. Great hometown.
You all have mentioned your families, and this work helps with your families, whether it be the schedule that it provides and what it allows you to do, or if it just provides for them to go to college, right? So talk about how you manage all this with your family and balance it, because I think that's something that, we all struggle with, right?
Well, I have 2 boys, almost teenage boys, but one of them's 16 and one of them's about to turn 13. So they don't always love the BoxTruck Boutique. But, that we try to have as much family time as we can, and all of our kids come up here. I mean, like, it's a big playground sometimes, and even though some days they don't enjoy it, I think most days that they do. And at least one of my sons and Brooke's daughter and Rachel's daughter are all in the same grade at the same school. So that makes it a lot of fun, and so again, I think sometimes they think they're family too. So.
They all do get along really well and play well together.
Yes.
And Brooke's daughter and my daughter, they are like best friends, and they actually have items here. We sell natural life items, and we let them order some things. So they have their own little button on the register, and they sell items, and they love to come up here and run the register. And they love shows. I mean, they
are into it big time.
They are.
Yes.
They have a little blog, and they have the BoxTruck Junior page, and yesterday they came and modeled. I mean, they love it. It's fun. It's fun.
When we get to talk about the BoxTruck Juniors, yes, I'll tell about that.
Can elaborate on that.
I have to run everything through those 2 girls.
That's awesome.
There's not many jobs that you can bring your kids to work. So for me, mine are a little bit younger at 8 and 11. And no, they don't always love coming to work with mom, but it's just an awesome place to be able to work and come and be able to bring my kids.
They play out in the
Do their
backyard.
homework together.
Yeah. Sydney's always helping my 8-year-old with homework, and
it's awesome.
Yeah, and Brent and Cooper, I have an 8-year-old son too, and they'll get in the backyard. They'll build forts. I mean, we have a fenced-in backyard, so they want a trampoline, but Stacy will not let them get a trampoline. She says it's a liability. She's a special ed teacher, so everything's a liability.
Illegal. Yeah.
They're like, why can't you promised us a trampoline? I went, you go talk to Stacy. She's the one that won't let us. I want a trampoline too.
Yeah.
Well, and they have a front row seat to what life is like as an entrepreneur, and I think that's awesome. And you guys have actually let them be entrepreneurs yourself, so I want you to talk about that, because this is really great.
Mm-hmm. We started the BoxTruck Juniors actually for the girls. They love the clothes here, but they're not quite big enough for the boutique clothes, and some of it's not their style, just to be quite honest. So we actually started that with them in mind. The things that we purchase go through them, like I said. My daughter is quick to tell me, Mom, that is not on trend. I'll show her some things that I think are cute, and that isn't, she'll let me know right quick, that is not what people wear. So she'll help me, buy things for the room, and it's grown. It went from just a few items in there until their room is really full. What we were trying to do with the BoxTruck Juniors is some junior clothing, boutique clothing is very expensive, very, very expensive. And so we wanted something trendy, cute that they liked that was still affordable. So
age appropriate.
And age appropriate. Mm-hmm. That's something that I'm a stickler, about with my daughter, about her shorts and her shirts. I'm not going to let too much show on her. She's 12, going to be 13, and so I want her to look like a young lady. And so everything that we put in there is something that's going to make them I wouldn't be embarrassed for my own daughter to wear. So that's something that we keep in mind when we order stuff for them. So we order for young ladies, and we let them do that. They help us tag it, they help us hang it, they help us price it, and then like we said, they order their own. Her and Sydney, they order their own little products from Natural Life. They actually get on the website, they pick it out. They say, okay, this is what we think that we want to order, and they take their money and they buy it.
And they'll be texting each other pictures. Okay, you order this, order that. They get really excited.
They can run the cash register. I mean, like they're on it. They're awesome.
They've got a button up there, and so they can see how much money they're making. And so, of course, it's not really their money, but it's but they're tracking it, and so it's good for them to learn. You make money, you put it back, you can save it, and so it's been good for them.
Pay back the moms first.
Pay back the moms first, yes, and then put it back and save it towards getting something else to sell. So they have really enjoyed it. They're starting a fashion blog, and we're getting that up and going, and Instagram, and they're really into it. So
I'm
we're
excited that it's turned my little tomboy Under Armour girl into she's having a change in her wardrobe. She likes the outfits in the tween room. Like, this is a big deal. You just don't understand. I mean, we've been wearing Nike and Under Armour, Adidas for years, and so now she has a style. Thank goodness. Alexis has rubbed off on her.
We're gonna have to do a podcast with them or a Facebook Live or something.
They would
so
love
fun.
it. They would love it.
Okay, we will do that. So you guys obviously love what you do. How has this business changed your life?
I would say my stress levels have went down tremendously. I loved teaching. I love middle school. I know a lot of people make jokes about middle school teachers and the kids, and I loved them. I loved teaching, and I loved having my kids, and I loved the camaraderie of being a teacher with fellow teachers. But there's a lot of stress that goes along with education, and and helping to raise other children, and trying to do the right thing. And I didn't realize I was under so much stress until we did quit. And I thought it would be more stressful, thinking I've got to make my own paycheck. There's not a guarantee there. But really my amount of stress has really went down, and I love it. I'm able to spend more time with my kids, and put more time into them. And even though sometimes I feel like I work more, it's a different kind of stress, and I do enjoy it. I do miss teaching, but I would say my stress levels have went down. And again, I shop for a living. That's not that tremendously stressful.
We laugh a lot of times. We'll say, clothes don't talk back to you.
No, clothes don't talk back to you.
Students do. They don't talk back.
Yeah.
One thing for me too is the I can make my own hours, and that really helps, because I'm a night owl, and here I'll be working at 10, 11, 12 o'clock. I think I messaged you at 1 last night,
and I was still up.
So that has helped me to be able to create my own hours. My kids are very involved in sports, so I'm able to work around their games, and with 4 of us working, we can swap out the hours, and that makes it an awesome job to have when you can be flexible in that way.
And I'm around more females. That's another way it's changed my life, because I live with a bunch of males in my house, and I love it. I love my boys, but I don't get to have girly moments a lot. And so being up here, and our other girls, I'm going to give a shout out to them, our little BoxTruck girls that work with us. They're amazing. I mean, and it's kind of like, my girls. I guess that's why I they call me mom, is because I feel like they are my girls, and we're so proud of them. And, we will have some leaving us going off to college, but I love the girl time that I get to have. And, hopefully we're a positive influence on them. But, all of our girls got some kind of scholarship going off to college. So
we're in denial that's happening.
Yeah.
One of them is my niece, and they all, I feel like they're, they're all our nieces, the way we treat them that way. But two will be leaving us. One will be staying, thank goodness.
And we have people all the time that tell us, your girls are so amazing. And it's like a mom feeling, because we're like, well, first of all, I know that, they are amazing. But, I mean, they really are amazing. And it's just that proud mom moment when you hear things like that. So I love my amount of girl time. And, I'm in denial that they're leaving.
Yeah, we raised them well.
We raised them well.
She taught him in 4th grade.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
But that's the cool part, though, is because, like, some of them are from our hometown of Sardis, which was Rachel's house where she lived. That's where we went to school. So some of them are from Sardis and some of them are from Boaz. So we have a good mixture, and they all are just fabulous. I mean, then they all get along great. We're very blessed with our girls.
I guess for me, it's I did used to teach gymnastics, and then I got injured, actually, and so I took a break from teaching. It was very physical. That's what happens when you get old.
Yes.
But before I started here, I was a stay-at-home mom. So for me, I'm going from no work to work. So it's a little bit different for me because I'm going into a little bit more stress than what I had. But the friendship that we have, that's changed my life. So that's my favorite part.
It's genuine. It's awesome. Yeah, you can just tell.
I would say the friendship that the girls and I share would be what's changed me the most. I think we talk probably at least an hour a day on group text, at least, if we don't see each other in person. So the friendship that we all share is more like a sistership than a friendship. It's like family. So we're very close, and it's very special. So that bond that we share is what I would say has changed me the most.
Stop, I'm getting teary now. That's something like when we leave work, we say, I love you, to our girls and to each other.
I love us.
I love us. We say that. I mean, and that's what I told my husband one day. I'm not getting emotional. But, I mean, our girls, when I leave and they're up here and they're like, I love you, Mama, and I'm just like, oh, my gosh, who gets to leave work and have their employees say, I love you? Not many. And we're super blessed. I mean, we are.
Did you guys ever think it was possible to do something like this in your small town? I mean, thinking back.
Never in a million years.
No, I mean,
even when we started it, I never would have thought, and not that we're big because we're not, but I mean, I never thought it would get to this point. I guess that's what I would
to be
say.
a full-time job.
I thought I'd always do a part-time gig, that we'd have some fun, do some shows, and I never would have thought that we would do this as a career, a gig. That's crazy. Yeah.
So how's your business? Tell us how it's evolved over the years.
Well, that's funny that you asked that. Yesterday I was talking to my niece, and she was talking about how different we are now than we were even a few months ago. And it's funny because I've never really thought about it. I've not reflected on, we just order what we like. But we're definitely different. I think especially since we moved into this building, our style is just a little different. We've done some remodeling and updating to this house.
There was shiplap behind the walls.
Yes.
Score.
There was like linoleum over our hardwoods, and so it was like unveiling treasures. It was so much fun. Like that was. I think me and Casey probably had more fun than anybody else because we loved ripping things out.
I watched in amazement.
And Brooke scraped a lot.
I did.
It was a lot of fun, though, and I think that once the store started to have a personality, that our personalities maybe changed a little bit, and we wanted a different look, and I think that reflects in the things that we order. It's almost kind of got a bohemian, eclectic. It's kind of a chill vibe in here, and I don't know. I think I think our style has just kind of evolved into that. Mine stays the same, unfortunately. I'm always a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl, but I love all of the different things that we've ended up putting in here to kind of reflect what the whole store is about. So.
And, we try to be different. There's several boutiques in the area, so, we try not to order the same things that they order, and we found some new companies at market that can be our exclusive company, so we can carry things that are different.
And our motto is kind of like, just be us, just be you, we try to just do the things that we like or that we think our customers would like, because I think we're pretty in tune with our customers, and we say this all the time. I know people don't get it, but we have some of the best customers, and we've had them since we were sitting in Rachel's yard. I mean, that's what's the cool thing about it, is when you really get to know your customers and know what they like. I mean, it's like how we are here. We're loud and goofy, and when the customers come in, they probably expect that, but that's just how we are.
It's the experience.
It is the experience. I mean, we want people to feel like we're their friends, because we feel like they're our friends, and get involved in their lives, and we do try to. So
Box truckers are very loyal customers. They're the best.
Yeah, they are. they're good friends, and I like that about it.
Well, what is it you love about small town life and your small town in particular?
I would say the people. I mean, again, we have so much support, and it's coming out more. Like our community seems to be coming together more now, I would say, than it, now. And I think we're having some leeway on trucks and things like that now, which is awesome, and we want to see that. And there is a move to try to revitalize one of our favorite awesome customers who just got Citizen of the Year, Christy Farmer. She's amazing, and she comes in here and she has this passion for our community and to get people involved. And she started this. We actually got a grant to do some revitalization for our city. We have an old downtown, and so I'm excited to see what that how that's going to go. But we do have people that are passionate about our town, and Boaz was once a huge fashion outlet mecca. I mean, we had people that traveled here, and
we had trolleys that drove people around.
It was huge.
Wow. It was. Yeah. It was known. Boaz was known for the outlets. Yeah. It was before. There's now a lot of outlets that are down south, and but before they were down south, they were here, and people would drive for hours to come to Boaz. If you say Boaz, if you're from
anywhere, they say, "Oh, y'all have the outlets," and we're like, "Well,"
and they're like torn to the ground now.
Yeah.
So, I want to see that. I want to see a new revitalization, a different Boaz, and I think a lot of our community is too. And we hope we're part of that. I mean, just doing something different. And but we have a lot of people that are passionate about changing the way our city's going, and hopefully we're getting there too. So
it's exciting.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
And what advice would you have for someone who's thinking about starting a small business or a boutique or?
Go for it.
Ooh.
Just do it. It's a huge step, but I guess that's one thing I don't have a problem with is taking risks, but really your risk can be small. And I think I know like personally when I started out my t-shirts, I started out by sewing. I mean, I started with $400 that was borrowed. Every little step, and going back to what we were saying, I never thought I would get to this point. I mean, that $400 was hard to let go. Now one order's $400 sometimes, and you don't even think about it. But it's just taking that one step and growing a little more each time.
Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight. It's taken,
and it is work. I think a lot of times when people don't succeed, they feel like, you just take a little money and buy a few things and the people will come. That's not the reality. It does take work, and it does take hard, and it does take, putting the feet on the pavement and pushing forward, and it's not always an instant success. It doesn't just happen. You have to go after it. Yeah. So, people think, oh, you just got this success because people like you and this. No, it happens because we push forward and we work hard and
we learn from our failures.
We learn from our failures.
We've messed up.
And there's been times when there was no money to be made, and there's been times when we were a lot in the hole, and so you just take from that, you learn from it, you think, oh, I did this or I did that and it didn't work, and I'm not going to do that again. I'm gonna learn from that and do something else next time. So,
and don't be afraid. We do make plans. Brooke does help us with
Please
that.
Make a plan.
Please make a plan. But sometimes we take that one plan and it doesn't work, and we punt and we attack another plan. And I think that you always kind of have to stay one step ahead and thinking of the what ifs and
be unique and be yourself, and don't try to think outside the box.
Yes.
and don't focus too much on what everybody else is doing
or what they think.
And what they think, because you can drive yourself crazy about they think this of me or that of me, and don't focus on what they're doing. Don't try to order what they're ordering, and be you, and it'll work out.
Yeah.
Do you.
Yeah.
And it'll work.
Yeah.
Good advice.
And we say this all the time, it's blinders on, and people are going to say or do or whatever. You just have to put your blinders on and go. And that's what we try to do, is just be
These
ourselves.
girls right here are the girls we talk to. When we've got an idea or we think, are people going to like that, or are they going to like this? These three girls right here are the ones I ask, what do y'all think of this? And then what they think of it is where we decide if we're gonna go with it or not. So,
well, now that everyone who's listening has fallen in love with you guys and the BoxTruck Boutique, tell everybody how they can shop, because you don't have to shop just here in Boaz. They can shop on the Facebook page, and tell them where to find you guys.
Yes, we have the Facebook page. We have the business page, and we also have the group page. So if you are searching for us on Facebook, be sure you put BoxTruck Boutique and make sure it's the group if you're wanting to order items. The business page really just kind of promotes our business and, sends out notifications. We also have our Instagram, which my niece has recently taken over. It looks amazing. You can shop on there through comments sold. We post our items through comments sold on both Facebook and on Instagram. You can send a message if you see something that you like. We also... We've started a Snapchat. We don't have a lot on there yet, but we have a Snapchat. But Facebook is really the best way to shop with us. And using comment sold is very easy for people that are out of town. You just comment sold, the item you want, and you can pay using PayPal, Stripe. It makes it really easy to do.
Awesome.
And we ship it right to you anywhere in the U.S.
And we'll put links to all that in the show notes so everybody can find you.
That'd be awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you guys.
Thank
This
you
has been
so
so
much.
much fun.
Oh, it's been great. Thank you for having us. We've
Thank
been
you so
excited
much.
all week.
You're an honorary box trucker now.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
take that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Aw, this was such a fun interview to do. I hope you felt like you were just sitting in the room there with us having a conversation. How everything has come together for them is such a great story, and that they're passing on what they've learned to their kids with the BoxTruck Juniors. Well, after the interview, they helped style me for the CMT Awards and helped me find the perfect outfit and accessories. You can check out our social media pages to see more, and we've got all the links to their pages in our show notes so you can go do some shopping too. Huge thanks to the BoxTruck Boutique for the great interview, and we'll be back with you next week. Have a great day, everybody.